Have you ever noticed that despite everyone telling you a house is the best investment you can make, the people with the biggest houses often seem the most stressed about money? It feels backwards, doesn't it? You do exactly what you're supposed to do. You save up, you buy the home, you get the keys. But instead of feeling rich, you suddenly feel trapped. Ever wonder why a true asset puts money into your pocket, yet your house takes money out of your pocket every single month for 30 years? What if the bank's version of an asset is actually your liability? Science says the problem isn't the house, it is how your brain processes safety. Evolutionary psychology explains that for thousands of years, controlling a physical space meant survival. If you had a secure shelter, you were safe from weather and predators. If you didn't, you were in danger. Today, your brain still works exactly the same way. It views a house as a literal survival signal. When you sign those papers, your brain releases chemicals that lower your anxiety because it believes you have secured your territory. It creates a strong feeling of satisfaction. However, your brain is very bad at thinking about the future. It prioritizes the immediate feeling of physical safety over the reality of long-term debt. Basically, your biology pushes you to secure the roof over your head at any cost, even if that cost destroys your financial freedom for the next 30 years. But ask yourself, why do we think that paying rent is throwing money away? We're taught that when you rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage. That feels like a waste. But is that really true? The naked truth is that when you buy a house, you are still throwing money away. You're just throwing it at a different person. When you take out a mortgage, you are paying a fee to use the bank's money. This is called interest. On a standard 30-year loan, for the first 10 years, the vast majority of your monthly payment does not pay for the house. It pays the bank. That money is gone forever, exactly like rent. You aren't buying the house yet, you're just renting the money to buy it. Now, what happens when you ignore the hidden price tag of ownership? When you look at a house, you see the sticker price. You think, I can afford the monthly mortgage. But what are you missing? You are missing the unrecoverable costs. These are costs that never come back to you. Property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance. Data shows that on average, homeowners spend 1 to 2% of their home's value every single year just on maintenance. If you buy a $400,000 house, that is $4,000 to $8,000 every year that simply vanishes. It doesn't make the house worth more, it just keeps the house from falling apart. If your roof leaks, you pay. If the heater breaks, you pay. When you rent, that's the landlord's problem. When you own, it is your problem. You aren't just the owner, you're the janitor and the repairman, and you work for free. So what if everyone is wrong about the definition of an asset? You might think, but the house goes up in value, so I'm making a profit. But ask yourself, is it really a profit if you spent more on interest, taxes, and repairs than the house gained in value? An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Your house takes money out of your pocket every single month for decades. It locks your cash inside the walls and floorboards where you cannot use it. You can't buy groceries with your front door. You can't pay for medical bills with your kitchen. You are technically wealthy on paper, but you're cash poor in reality. Now, take a deep breath. We need to be honest with ourselves. Does this sound like you? You work 40 hours a week, you save what you can, but every time you log on to social media, you see another friend standing next to a sold sign, holding a set of keys. You feel a sudden anxiety. You wonder, why haven't I done that yet? Is something wrong with me? Here's the relief. There is nothing wrong with you. We live in a society that measures adulthood by debt. We are told from the time we are children that success looks like a 3-bedroom house with a lawn. The banks, the real estate agents, and even our parents repeat this script. You aren't feeling this pressure because you're failing. You're feeling it because you are human and you want to belong. You can stop blaming yourself for not wanting to sign a 30-year contract. Try this simple rule before you get emotionally attached to a house listing. First, ban the words estimated monthly payment from your vocabulary. When you look at a real estate app, ignore that number. Instead, grab a calculator and do the 50 plus test. Take the estimated monthly payment and add 50% to it. This extra amount accounts for the taxes, the insurance, and the inevitable repairs that the website doesn't show you. If the app says $2,000, ask yourself if you can comfortably pay $3,000 without stress. If that new number makes you nervous, or if it stops you from saving cash for your future, do not sign. Renting is not a failure. It is buying you the flexibility to move and the freedom to keep your cash. We have learned that the American dream often comes with a hidden price tag that keeps you awake at night. It's a 30-year promise to pay, not a guaranteed promise of wealth. So the next time you walk past a for sale sign, ask yourself, am I working for a place to build a life, or am I just signing up to be the caretaker of a bank's asset for the next 30 years? Think about it. I'd love to hear your answer in the comments.